Let's talk about the new train control system. This system is operating with all of the new hardware and the latest software. It's really kind of the first demo of everything together. It starts with these three boxes down here. These are dual track controller boxes, or DTCs. They receive 24 volt power on the input, coming around. And each one has outputs for 2 tracks, for a total of 6 tracks in this layout. And for this demo, the orange track is not functional. Sorry for waving the camera around. What you don't see here is that there's a router involved, and there's also a Raspberry Pi, which is not located down here. The Raspberry Pi serves an MQTT broker function. All of the functionality of this entire system is a publish and subscribe system where messages are pushed out to the broker, as in published, and they are subscribed to by the individual entities that want to listen to the various things that go on. So the track controllers are the things that actually operate the trains, and they do so as commanded by the controllers. So I say controllers plural because there are currently 3 forms of the controller. I'm just going to show one in this video. The first version of a controller is the Squid controller, which is a modified version of the Denovix Pipette. It's a handheld battery-powered device with a small screen, and it has to operate through a bridge device, which is also not shown here because the Squid controller operates on a different network protocol called ESP-NOW than do all the rest of the devices. The bridge is a mechanism for converting the ESP-NOW traffic to regular HTTP-ish sort of Wi-Fi traffic. And the reason for all that is really fairly simple. The ESP-NOW protocol is low power and low latency. So these handheld controllers will hopefully last a good better part of a day on a small battery and be pretty responsive to things. So they're meant to be in your pocket sort of controllers. The second controller is an Android phone controller. And I have that on this phone. I can't show you because it's on this phone, but that is also a functional controller. But what's brand new that I'm here to show you right now is this device, which is the new master controller. So like everything else in the system, this is ESP32 based. It's an Amazon product. It's a 7-inch screen. It has 3 tabs, an info tab, which tells me about the network in general. I can see all of the various nodes that are on the system. I can see what the connectivity is. So the one important thing to understand is that all of the configuration and control information is derived from a JSON layout file on the Pi server. So to convert this to being the Morris Arboretum layout, all I do is point it to a different router and to a different address, and it will automatically configure the screens that you're going to see in a minute per the definitions there. So this track screen has 6 tracks because that's what Honey Tree Railroad is, 6 tracks. Okay, black and white are future tracks that don't exist yet. So if I want to control a track, I tap its card, and up comes a control that allows me the ability to change the speed and direction. So this is the yellow track, which is the outer track, which is what the Cybertrain is currently running on. So I'm going to change the speed from 46 up, if I can touch it, up to 68. The Cybertrain accelerates, goes around. Auto manual is something that doesn't really have a whole lot of utility yet for loop tracks. So let me say all tracks are either loops or trolleys. So in my layout, the yellow track goes around the big loop. That's the outer one that the Cybertrain's coming around on right now. The red track is the one that the little Pico steam engine is coming around on. It's also a loop. So loop tracks have no endpoint and therefore require no sensors to determine where to stop and turn around. The third loop track is the one in the center that the little steam engine is running on. That's the blue track. All three of these are running in manual mode, which means that I simply control the direction and speed from the slider and buttons here. There is a use for the auto mode, which means that I can have a program where the train will run for a while, then slow down and stop or back up, do whatever I want. I'm not really ready to demo that right now, even though it does actually work. So I'm going to move on to the trolleys. So in Honey Tree Railroad, there are two operating trolleys. There's one that's broken right now. This one coming up here is the green, and it has 4 stations. It's now at station 1. By my definition, it's simply my definition, the stations numbered 1 are the ones closest to the operator. And so now the program has told it to move from station 1 to whichever. It can be stations 2, 3, 4, and the master controller will show me exactly which one it's going to. I'm not showing you that right now. I'm showing you that it's moving, and there, it stopped at 2. And if you've seen this before, you might recognize the fact that it stopped very abruptly, and that's because I've implemented dynamic braking, which is a huge victory for these trolleys because they no longer over travel their stations. Now this other one over here, there's 2 trolleys that are the same vehicle. This is the purple track. It only has stations 1 and 4. By my definition, there can only be 4 stations. 1 and 4 are the 2 required endpoints, and 2 and 3 in the middle are optional. So now let's look at the controller. So if I pop up the purple track card, I can see that I'm in program number 1. So I can stop this guy and hopefully it will be stopped. Yeah. Off in the distance, just in front of the bridge, you can see it's parked down there. So I can go to program number 2 and I can say go. And hopefully it will start up and go. There it goes. And I don't remember what the difference is, but the point is you can change the program. Maybe it waits longer. Maybe it changes speeds. Maybe it stops at different stations. It's whatever you want. You can put different programs in. Now another thing that's cool here is I'm going to stop that program. And I'm not a good videographer. I'm going to go into manual mode, and I'm going to go to station 4, and whoops, it went to 1 and went off the track. Okay, so that's a broken demo. Anyway, the point is that all day long it's been going to the right place. So at this point I'm going to stop this and send you guys that, even though it's got a failure at the end.